Flea market amplifiers. What's up with them? Well, you guys know I like testing these and showing them off. I've shown quite a few before. Check the link in the video description below if you want to see some of the other flea market amp tests that I've done. However, today we're going to look at one by American Pro Bass Machine, the VS2043. I picked this amp up a while back off of eBay just because I like these crazy, freaky amps that you don't see very often. I did find a picture of the box online. Mine did not come in a box. You can see some of the features there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will show you the controls on the amp. It has a high-level input, a low-level input, as well as a gain adjustment. Then when you go to the center section, you have the crossover, which includes a high pass, low pass, and also a select to full range, so it'll bypass both of the crossovers. And then on the far right side, we have grand bass. That's right, 0 to 18 dB. Then we have selectable 30, 80, or 120 hertz for your maximum bass output wishes to come true. Remote subwoofer control, we don't have that, and a power protect LED as well. On the opposite end of the amplifier, we have the connections for the speakers as well as the power. You can see the speakers are via screw down terminal. These are supposed to be gold plated. Also a 30 amp fuse, and then on the right side we have your 12 volt, your remote, and your ground via screw down terminals. A lot of times they try to give extra attention, making these amplifiers look a little different than your typical, black or white amplifiers. So they make them kind of stand out like this one. It has the blue on the side, silver in the middle, got the fancy characters all over it, add some extra bling. As far as dimensions go, 11 inches long by 9 inches wide. Millimeter equivalents are there as well. As far as the height goes, 2.75 inches or 70 millimeters. All right, now let's get the amp all wired up and fired up, connected to the amplifier dyno for the RMS power output tests. Before we do that, make sure you go to the video description below, give us a thumbs up first, and then go check out some Wilson Audio merch. First up, 2-channel test. It's rated to deliver power. That's right, we could not find any ratings. 4 ohms is rated your mama. That's all we know. Obviously, we hook up both of the channels left and right to the amplifier dyno. Let's try it out here. 1 kilohertz tone, 4 ohms. Certified takes us up to 1% THD. And 82 watts and 80 watts at 14.38 volts. Let's reset the dyno here at ninja speed. Try it uncertified up to the clipping point. Again, 1 kilohertz tone here. And we get exactly the same. 82 watts on channel 1, 80 watts on channel 2. Rewire the dyno here, quickly ninja style to dynamic power. And yeah, this is interesting. Does just barely a little bit more, 83 watts, 14.34 volts. Now let's check out the efficiency at 4 ohms. 57%. This is a Class AB amp, but that's still not good at 4 ohms. Next up, we'll try the 2 ohm stereo test. Again, we have no idea what the ratings are, so it's rated Joe Sista at 14.4. Certified test is first, 1 kilohertz. Here we go, 110 watts, 14.3 volts. It's nice that the channels there were equal in power output. That's very rare, even on higher end 2-channel amps, to see them exactly the same. Uncertified up to clipping, and yeah, right, literally 1 watt more at 14.22. Let's see if dynamic will give us even more. Using the 1 kilohertz track here for dynamics. And yeah, not really much more in here yet. There is some difference in the channels. You can see channel 2 gives us, 8 watts, 9 watts more on that channel. As far as efficiency goes, and it's horrible, 51% at 2 ohms, 1 kilohertz. Now we're going to bridge the amp and do the mono test. It's ready to deliver some bump, I assume. In this test, you're going to use the left positive and the right negative. That's going to give you a single channel bridging of both. So we'll try 4 ohms, certified, and we're using the 40 hertz tone here because nobody bridges an amp to run at 1 kilohertz. 188 watts at 14.4. So not even 200 watts for this 1,000 watt amplifier that Jimmy at the flea market tells you that you need to buy. Don't listen to Jimmy, listen to Big D. Uncertified, we do get over 200 watts. It's climbing slowly here. You can see 213, I think, is where it stops. Yep, 213 at 14.32. And then let's adjust the dyno one more time. Try the dynamic burst test at 40 hertz. And we also have the inrush current up there right around 40 amps. And it gave us 218 watts at 14.38. Now let's check out the efficiency. Again, this is a 40 hertz test versus 1 kilohertz from the other. And oh man, abysmal, 44%. All right, so there are all the tests. I'm going to show you the results here on the dyno sheet that I record analog style using my printed out sheet here. About 80 watts per channel at 4 ohms, 110 watts per channel at 2 ohms, and between 188 and 230 watts at 4 ohms bridge, depending on 1 kilohertz versus 40 hertz. Now, the next question is, everybody's asking us watching this video, do it bump do? And we got to use the beautiful Gately Audio acrylic box with the Lord of Bass sub. Let's find out. Do it bump do? All right, friends, there's proof that even 200 watts can make your subwoofers bump. Now, let's check out what's inside. I'm going to guess electronics and hooked on phonics. Manufactured in April 2007. And as you can see, it's broken down into 3 different parts here. We're going to talk about 2 first. Side 1 and side 2. You can see by my beautiful colors here in the rendering. On the left side, we have the power supply and the output section. This is the meat of the amplifier. On the other side, we have the input section, which includes the gain, the high-low crossover, the bass boost, including the grand bass for up to 18 dB of super bass. And then in the very middle, we got nothing.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
If you wait until the end of the video, you'll see where the beef is. We'll revisit that. Now onto the pros and cons. The good stuff. It has RCA and high-level inputs. The grand bass is selectable 30, 80, or 120 hertz for your bass desires. It has 1000 unicorn watts. Has a small board, which gives you extra cooling for your flea market amp. And the brand name recognition, all your friends are going to be jealous of your American Pro bass machine. Things that could be better. Well, more unicorn watts will be good. More vocals in the bass, because we love to hear vocals when we're trying to listen to our subwoofers. The boards need to be a little bit smaller, though. That would help out, give us a little bit more airflow. The efficiency could be better, too. It needs to be a little bit more flashy, though, with some more bling. We need some more gold plating. That always helps. And also some bigger caps, more capacitance. Joker ain't got much. So now, there's my video, the American Pro bass machine. Aren't you glad that you got to see this amazing 1000 unicorn watt amplifier that, I don't know, nobody's ever seen it. Nobody even knows what it does because it's not even rated on the box how much it does. Thanks as always for watching my videos. Special thanks to Stuart, Travis, Jesus, Tomcat, John, Mo, legendsofcaraudio.com, Big D, I'm out of here! All All right, let's check the weight of this American, whatever it is, American Pro bass machine. 5 pounds, 2.5 ounces, 2,340 grams. So let's add the additional piece, bottom plate. You can see how much it adds just for the bottom plate. Switch the units. 2.93 kilograms just by adding the bottom plate. All right, my apologies for the extra features here, but I got this Audiobahn A5000 SPL amp in, and unfortunately it doesn't work. So it's a big bummer because I was planning on making a video of this. You can see it's got dual 1-aught inputs, and one of the first 5,000 watt amps, as far as I know, uses the high quality Sanken transistors there. This amp is just, for its time, extremely expensive. And yeah, but such a bummer. You know, I appreciate Dennis for picking this up for me. It just kind of is what it is. But some people may be wondering, what about this grand bass? What does it do when you crank it up?